following program is being brought to you on the Voice America Women's Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericawomen.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall-Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter.
Welcome, everyone. I hope that you're having an amazing week. I'm excited to be connecting with you as we talk about being unstoppable, choosing bliss, and shining. A really powerful subject, perfect for the summer season. It's summer here in the States, and I think it's a really good time to check in. And halfway through the year, are we shining? Are we fully showing up in our life? Are we feeling joyful? Are we excited? Are we happy in what we're doing? Oh, it's a great time to lean in and check. Are we getting stuck by things? Are we feeling stopped in our tracks? Are we remembering to choose joy and bliss in our lives? Are we remembering to show up fully, to be seen? It's so easy to get caught up in life and forget. It's so easy to get caught up in the doing that we can get sidetracked. We can forget what we were wanting to move forward in the year. So this is a moment in time that we get to connect heart to heart and check in. No judgment, no criticism, but where are we? Are we moving forward in those areas that matter most to us? Are we feeling stuck? Maybe something became challenging and we stopped and we weren't pushing through. Or we're not sure that we're feeling that joy that we want to feel. We're here to support you in all of those areas today. We're going to be talking about being unstoppable. So no matter what, moving forward in those areas that matter most to you. About choosing bliss, choosing joy. It's a choice. It's not something necessarily outside of you. It's something you can choose. And shining, and what I believe so strongly in, shining is the showing up fully in your life, really echoing who you are, what your gifts are, what your talents are, what your abilities are, out into the world. And you're the only one that can do that. There's no one else just like you. So it's very important that we find ways to be unstoppable, that we are choosing things that give us bliss, that give us joy, that bring that spark into who we are, and that we are willing to share the gift of who we are with the world, that we're willing to show up in our life, to be seen, to shine. And shine is sharing out into the world. We've been releasing the Shine series, so the series of 3 anthologies. The first one we released last year, which was called Come Out of Hiding and Shine. And so we really focused on how to come out and be seen. And then the next book we're going to be publishing in September and releasing is Bloom Where You're Planted and Shine, no matter what. And that's actually how we close every single show, is reminding you to bloom where you're planted and shine. And the next book we're going to be releasing next year is Step Forward and Shine. So it's adding that action, the steps, the how. And as I've been working with, well, now it's about 90 authors and our community, and really focusing in on how to shine and what that means, here's what I've discovered. That if they cannot see you, if they cannot hear you, If they cannot feel you, you cannot help them. Most people I talk to want to make a positive difference for their passing there. And the only way I know that you can have that full impact, make that full difference, is really being willing to be seen, to shine. The only thing I know that cuts through darkness when there's pain and hurting is light. And we have that opportunity to cut through darkness in other people's lives and in our own by being willing to shine, by being willing to step into our gifts, our talents, our abilities, our unique way of looking at things, even our quirks, all have a purpose and can make this world a brighter place. We get to be that light that we're wanting out in the world. And I want to encourage you, as you sink into the conversation we're going to have today, is to really think about, are you being that light? Are you moving forward the things that matter to you most? This is a chance for you. This is an opportunity for you to get some great tools and insights and perspectives to help you shine powerfully in your world. So let's breathe that in. Wonderful. And I want us to sink into this conversation, to really feel into what is here for us, because it is not an accident you tuned in today. You're leaning into this conversation. There is something for you here. We actually have speakers that are joining us, experts that are joining us today from around the world, both as listeners as well as our guests today. So you're getting a worldwide exposure, connection, and perspective on these subjects. So I really want you to receive everything that is here for you today. So to do that, I want you to be fully present. Taking a breath, releasing all distracting thoughts, really being present, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Those of you who are driving, please stay safe, both hands on the wheels, eyes open and alert, inwardly tuning in. But those of you who are able to sit back in your chair, feel it supporting you, put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head, bringing all of you in, mind, body, soul, and spirit with purpose and intention. Take a deep breath through your nose, expanding your belly. See how big you can make your belly. And out through your mouth like through a straw. Wonderful. And keep breathing. Close your eyes. You're absolutely safe. This kind of breathing will lower your cortisol levels, your stress levels, bring you very present. And in this space, I want you to think about what I shared at the beginning of our conversation about being unstoppable, choosing bliss, choosing to shine. Thinking about, are you being that light in the world that you want to see and want to have there? Are you being that? Are you willing to move forward in the areas that matter most to you? Just check in and see. And based on all of that, what is it you need today? What is it that you need to encourage, equip, and empower you to move forward in these areas? And secondly, are willing to receive. Because there's two parts. There's not only a recognition of what's needed, but also a willingness to receive, being open to however it may come to you. And receive that information. Go ahead and come back into the room. Open up your eyes. And I invite you to write down, keeping it top of mind, whatever it is that you need and are willing to receive. It's so easy when we go back out into the world to get distracted, to get into autopilot, just kind of do what we always do, forgetting what it is that we need. But if you can remember that and you have that willingness to receive, you're keeping it top of mind, you're actually leaning in with anticipation, expecting to receive whatever it is that you need, that your needs will be met, that you're leaning into that. It's amazing what will come your way, what will cross your path, and you'll actually recognize it and be able to receive that into your life. So I invite you to do that throughout our conversation today, and that is an activity you can take forward into your day and throughout the week. Let's breathe that in as a community. Wonderful. And I'm going to go around our virtual room. I want us to have a heart connection with our amazing experts today and see what was laid upon their heart. So, Moneeka, did you have something laid upon your heart as we went in and listened that you could share in about 30 seconds?
Well, hello, Rebecca. Thanks for asking. Today I'm feeling very much like I just want to really connect with everybody in this community in a way that will serve them in the very best way. And so that's what's really in my heart today, is to just share exactly what everybody is needing.
I love that. Share and connect deeply. Beautiful. Thank you.
Sure.
And how about Nella? How about you? What was laid upon your heart?
Good morning, Rebecca. It's an honor to be here to serve your community. I got 2 words, recalibrate, and refocus, and realign. There's 3 words that I got. Recalibrate, refocus, and realign.
I love that. Perfect time of year and perfect for our discussion. So I love that.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing, and glad to have you both with us today.
It's an honor. Thank you.
Absolutely. And listeners, what was laid upon your heart as we are pausing together, connecting heart to heart? I know what was laid upon mine is a joyfulness, actually, just this warmth and joy to be connecting with all of you today. It's just such a privilege and an honor, and it's one of my favorite things to do, is to have this space and time with all of you every single week. So just joyfulness was pouring out of my heart and spirit for this time together. And we are getting ready to go to our first commercial break, and I want you to get the most out of our time together today. So as we do that, I invite you to stay present. Use these next 2 minutes that are disguised as commercial breaks just for you to really sink into what is it that you need. Feel into that. Feel into what you're willing to receive. And the 3 R's, as Nella was sharing, recalibrate, refocus, and realign. I was trying to read my notes there. Realign, so that you're checking in and seeing where you're at. And as we go to our commercial break here, use that time to really see what's being spoken into your heart and spirit that you're needing. And when we come back, we're going to start our expert conversations that will support you on your journey and support you in being unstoppable, choosing bliss, and shining. So enjoy these next 2 minutes. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Voice America Women. Your passion starts here. Tune in to the Just Jan TV show at justjantvshow.com. Visionary women's leader Jan Jorgensen is inspiring, practical, and visionary. Jan brings us everyday transformational emerging leaders, courageously changing the world by speaking and living their truth. Sit around the table with us for profound feminine wisdom, insights, and connection. Be sure to join us at justjantvshow.com. New episodes are every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time at justjantvshow.com.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
For women, the pressure to achieve is stronger, the work hours longer, and the struggle for respect and authority more complex than ever. You want guidance on how to succeed, and you are not alone. You're invited to take your coffee break with Game Changers on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern for our special series, Game Changing Women. Powerful women leaders will help you make sense of it all, analyze how you can change the game, and share their playbooks. Game Changing Women, presented by SAP on the Business Channel.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed those 2 minutes just for you. And let me tell you a secret here. 2 minutes can change your life. 2 minutes at a time, we can remember to pause, become present, lower our cortisol levels, and really choose what is going to move us forward on purpose and with purpose in that next minute. Remembering to pause and check in can transform your life, and you can live on purpose every single day and be unstoppable and choose bliss. I encourage you to build that practice in of pausing. You can even do it 1 minute at a time if 2 minutes feels like a lot. So just building that practice can really make a big difference in your journey. So I hope throughout our show you'll take advantage of those 2 minutes at a time to build those muscles and be present and real-time process what's being shared on a cellular level. So when you go back out onto the world, it's not on your to-do list. You've actually processed with us real-time. Welcome back. I promised before we went to our commercial break that we'd be starting to have those expert discussions where we're going to tap into amazing experts to help us choose bliss, to help us shine, to help us be unstoppable. So we're going to start with joy and bliss. So I hope you're excited. I'm just so excited. Moneeka, every time I talk with you, we laugh, right? There's so much joy.
We do.
We have a great time. So I'm excited to share her with all of you. But let me share a bit of her background so you know some of the perspective that she's coming from. Moneeka Sawyer is one of the most joyful people you'll ever meet. So I'm excited to bring her to you. A best-selling author and an expert in helping successful professionals and entrepreneurs ease anxiety and overwhelm and stress so they can experience more joy, more ease, more success, and bliss. She has been featured nationwide on radio and TV, including ABC and NBC, and she is absolutely passionate about helping you choose bliss. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Moneeka Sawyer to the show. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Rebecca.
You are very welcome. Excited to have you joining us today. And I wanted to start with why. Why is bliss so important to you that you've dedicated so much of your time and energy to not only having it in your life, but helping others with it?
Yeah. So first, before we even talk about why it's important, let me define it, because I think a lot of people think of when they hear the word bliss, they think, oh, I'm happy, or I'm kind of like spaced out of it, not aware of the world. You know, there's a lot of different interpretations of bliss. So the way that I'm defining bliss is that deep sense of joy and contentment and absolute confidence that you can handle anything that comes your way in life. So bliss is really about emotional resilience and mastery. So, and that's why I think it's important, is because so much of the time we are at effect of what's going on in the world, whether it's in our business, in our relationships, in our health. Things happen out there that we can't control, right? But no matter what is going on out there, we can always affect how we respond and what's going on inside of us. And through most of my...
This.
Isn't it amazing, right?
Well, it feels very, because you're right. I think sometimes we think this bliss is this light, fun part, but the way you're defining it has a groundedness in it and a resilience. So I appreciate that you had us pause for a moment, make sure we're all talking about the same thing. So thank you for defining that. I love it.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. It's so important that when we're having a conversation as important as this, that we're all on the same page. So, yeah, thanks. And I think that it really is, in every kind of coaching I've done. I've been an executive coach. I've been a Bliss mentor. I've been a dance coach, you know, so in every kind of coaching, one of the things that I really find is the single most important thing for us is to learn how to manage our emotions so we can really have the full experience of what we're doing. So whether it's running your business and really being able to make very good decisions, you need to be fully present and you need to be emotionally balanced enough that the decisions come from all of the resources in you rather than an emotional response. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, yeah.
So why?
Important.
No, this is great. But why you? Why do you feel so passionate about helping people in this way and finding that groundedness and finding that resilience? Why is that personally so important to you?
You know, I'll give you a really, really quick background on me. I am Indian, and I was born in a small town that was very white. So when I was young, I was always bullied and tormented. And as I grew older into a young woman, the bullying and the tormenting turned into really horrible things that boys did. And I fell into a huge depression. And I think, and you know, there was a time where I wasn't sure I wanted to keep going. Like I just couldn't pull myself out. And I remember having a conversation one morning with God and just saying, you have to send me a sign or I want out. Please just take me. And and so I asked him, send me a sign or take me. And I got this feeling inside of me that I've got to figure this out. I want to live. Life is there's too much more to do. And so I started my own journey towards finding my bliss, because I knew that I wasn't going to live my life this way. If I was going to do it, I was going to do it good, man. and so I started my journey
here.
And I've had a lot of wonderful mentors and a lot of guidance. And also I've received a lot of information from God or the universe, whatever you want to say, about how to live this path. And so that's been my mission. And once I found my path, you know, the thing is, once you've been there, you can see around you what other people are going through. And it's just not necessary for people to live any way other than blissful. And I just wanted to share that with the world. So that's why it's so important to me.
Thank you. This is, as many times as we've talked, that's the first time I've heard that part of your story. So I appreciate you sharing, and I can see why this is such a core thing for you, and to help people realize they don't have to live that way. They can choose to live blissfully. So,
we do have a choice. That's the really important thing to remember, is we all have a choice. We may not think we do, but we always do.
Beautiful. And so, speaking of choice and speaking of bliss, what is the first thing or one of the most important things we can do to shine powerfully in our life? What is something we can take action on and do to help us move towards bliss, to choose towards that direction, choose to shine?
Thank you for asking that, Rebecca. So my approach is there's two things that we do. We become and embody bliss. So that's about being bliss. And then there's a lot of things that we can do to support bliss in our life. And it's circular. Each one supports the other, the being and the doing. But I will say the very first thing that I always talk to people about is in the being. And that is to really know who you are and what bliss is going to look like for you. And the first place to look for that is in your values. Because a lot of times we don't even know what our values are. And we're out there spinning our wheels trying to find happiness, but we have no idea what real happiness is to us. Because at our very, very core, we cannot feel happiness unless we're fully aligned with our values and who we truly are. So with every single client I've ever had and every single program I ever do, we always start with our values. Who are you? What turns you on? What makes you tick? What is it that once you align with it, everything else falls into place? So the very first step is to really define those values, and what they are, and pick your top 5.
Perfect. Excuse me. Yes, no, that's great. That's great. Lots of information for our listeners, and a great place to start is really looking in the values. And I like how you're limiting it to 5, because we can start to make a long list and they can get heavy. So limiting it, those top 5 will give you some focus and direction. And I know you've put together an amazing gift for us to support our listeners in this journey. Do you mind sharing about that in around 30 seconds? What that is?
Absolutely.
I'll let them know how to find it.
Yeah, so the gift is my little ebook that's called 5 Easy Ways to Be Happy, Free, and Strong. So where the values is about the being, this ebook is about the doing. And so it's going to give you 5 steps that you can take action on today to help support your bliss and help build up that bliss. So that's what this book is about.
Oh, I love it. The being and the doing all in one show. You heard it here, listeners. Wonderful. Thank you. We're very comprehensive on this show, so I appreciate that. And listeners, I want to share how you can access this amazing gift so you can get support on that. So if you want to lean into Moneeka's amazing gift that she's making available to you, you simply go to Radio Gifts, and that's with an S.net, because it's a net full of multiple gifts. So radiogifts.net. Scroll down to today's date, which is July 11th. You'll see her beautiful picture, description of her wonderful gift, and you can say yes to that. You just give us your name and email address so we can stay in touch, and you'll be able to lean into her amazing gift. So I'll remind you again how to find it towards the end of the show, but those of you who are ready now, I wanted you to be able to access that. Now let's take a breath together. So we received all that wonderful information as we move into our commercial break, which remember is secretly 2 minutes just for you. I want you to process what is being shared with you, what Moneeka shared, what has poured into your spirit during that conversation, and really let that breathe into you. And then when we come back, we're going to focus on the unstoppable part. So we'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
This is the Voice America Women's Channel, where your success is limitless.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Relationship issues? Anxious? Parenting challenges? No more. Learn to live your best life. Tune into Straight Talk with top therapist, relationship, and anxiety expert Sandra Reish. Learn to transform your challenges into effective solutions. Whether it's relationships, parenting, anxiety, or other traps, Sandra will show you how you can live the life of your dreams. Listen live every Thursday afternoon at 6 p.m. Eastern Time and 3 p.m. Pacific Time on the Voice America Health and Wellness Channel.
Do you find yourself working tirelessly to keep your business going? Are you finding out that you don't have time for family, friends, any kind of personal life whatsoever? It's time to stop feeling trapped by your business. Tune in to Reclaim Your Freedom with host Shirley Dalton. You'll hear from guests that will help you work on your business instead of constantly in your business and get your life back while the business keeps running and humming. Reclaim Your Freedom airs live every Tuesday at 1 p.m. U.S. Pacific Time on Voice America Business.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com and make the most of an incredible life transformation. Follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed those 2 minutes, that you are leaning into your bliss and joy and moving forward in ways and areas that matter most to you. Now, what can happen sometimes is we're moving in a direction as roadblocks can come up or challenges, or we can get discouraged, or we can feel like the tide is turning against us, and that can be difficult to navigate through. And so when we're looking to live life purposely, to do things differently, to shift or change what we've always done, to live in a purposeful, blissful, unstoppable way, it's important that we know how to overcome challenges, how to be unstoppable. Though no matter what happens around us, we can still choose our bliss and still choose to move forward. So today, we're going to be talking to an unstoppable leader. Nella Chikwe is an influencer and founder of Winston Cartier, or is it Cartier? Can you pronounce it for me?
Cartier, yep, correct.
Cartier, thank you, Publishing. Mm-hmm. And the founder of the Unstoppable Women of Purpose Global Movement, a speaker, a publisher, best-selling author. She's joining us from Australia today. When we started the show, it's 4 a.m. her time. She is unstoppable and showing up, really shining. So we appreciate that about her. And she is absolutely passionate about inspiring leaders to become influencers by becoming unstoppable and sharing their story by speaking and writing and publishing. So please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Nella Chikwe to the show. Welcome.
Oh, thank you, Rebecca. It's an absolute delight and honor to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
You are very, very welcome. Excited to have you joining us today. And I'm very impressed at how alive and alert you are at 4 a.m. in the morning. I don't know. I know it's 4:36 now, but I don't know that I would be quite as high functioning as you are at that time of morning. So I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. That's what we do as entrepreneurs. We get out there and make a difference no matter what time.
Exactly. No, I love it. Now, do you mind sharing a little bit about why this movement of the Unstoppable Woman of Purpose. Why is that work and helping people become that and do that? Why is that personally so important to you?
Well, number one, Rebecca, it's so important is because it's just been given to me divinely from God as a woman of faith and his prophetess, and one of his chosen ones to fulfill a movement where I am fortunate and privileged to be able to lead women and raise them up to become women leaders globally, to allow them to lead unstoppable lives, businesses, and ministries. So my drive personally, and the reason why I do what I do every day, is I want to serve God, number one, total obedience and discernment, and leave a legacy behind for my children to carry on my good works and contributions in the world, by influencing, by inspiring and impacting so many women to raise up and become a formidable force of possibility for their family, for their businesses, for their ministry, their community, and all the people around them that they've been called to serve. So God needs me to fulfill my purpose. So it's just a non-negotiable assignment that must be fulfilled no matter what.
Beautiful. I love your conviction and your certainty and your groundedness in what you're called to bring forward. Like, it's just not a question mark. Like, this will be done, and you're doing it. And I know you released and published a book. It became number one, correct? International bestseller, correct. If I'm correct. And two different. There was
three
a
categories.
And,
it was a
three
bestseller.
categories. Oh, that's right. I love that. So huge accomplishment. And I was fortunate to be one of the co-authors. So I'm very honored to be a part of this book and this movement. And I know there were a lot of challenges along the way. And one of the things I appreciated was not only were you committed to bringing forward, because it was always a movement. It wasn't just a book. There's multiple books. This is a movement.
No,
your ongoing commitment. I know there were more than 12, so 24. That yes. I love how you modeled being unstoppable, because there were challenges along the way, and you just kept going and brought this forward no matter what. And so to me, I appreciate the modeling and the walking the talk that I witnessed in you and saw. And can you share a little bit about that and this unstoppable movement that you have launched and are part of and are leading?
Yes, well, I certainly have, when you're dealing with principalities and you're dealing with spiritual warfare, it's real. And because it's a movement that is for God's assignment, it's part of kingdom building. These 24 volumes, if anyone was to say what's similar to it, it would be, for anyone that's heard or read, is Chicken Soup for the Soul. So it's a series. There are going to be 3 published books with accompanying workbooks. Every volume for every year will be focusing on mind, body, and spirit in every single series. And particularly one volume will be focusing on life and purpose. The second one will be about business. And the third one will be about spirituality. So every year they'll be focusing on life, business, and spirituality, focusing on all mind, body, and spirit and soul. So the 24 volumes is going to be a layer of those women that are desiring to do more and be more, and they're stuck in a rut. These are the women that we are all being called to serve, and women that want to become and be more and do more and just rise above the occasion. And I certainly had faced many countless of disappointments, delays, distractions. I had naysayers, I had critics, I had Jezebels that came in from time to time, and I had a combination of events and spiritual warfare that I needed to rise above and conquer and just be where we are today with a triple best-selling book in 3 categories of motivational, inspirational, and spirituality. So I give God all the glory for it. But the reality is I had to mirror and I had to go through, not that it was, of course, given to me by God to say you're going to go through all these bumps. I just kept going in discernment and prayer and meditating and journaling and never giving up on my calling. My calling, like you said earlier, is correct. It's inspiring. Why? Because I've been called to ignite women's souls' purposes on fire. I'm here to be able to let my yes be yes and my no be no and nothing in between. So I just keep on keeping on, remaining focused on the prize, and that is to win souls for God, to be able to enrich women's lives in every way from the inside out, and to live full out my purpose and to raise up women leaders globally, transform them to be that formidable force of possibility and unleash the greatness that lies within her. So my why, Rebecca, was greater than my circumstances. That's all it was. I just kept pushing through the pain, the tears, until we got to victory. The tribulations ended up now becoming a testimony.
And so as I'm circling through what you're sharing with our listeners, because we just have a couple minutes left before our commercial break here, it sounds like what I'm hearing, if we were to give, so I love your why, I love your conviction, but if we were to share some wisdom and advice from your journey with our listeners, I'm hearing that your why was bigger than the challenges. Your commitment was bigger, that you never gave up. You kept focused on what you were called to bring forward. And you took, so to me, I'm hearing not just this conviction, this commitment, and your why being bigger, but there's a responsibility that you're taking and a confidence in it as well. And I think that's really important and powerful. And the yes is yes, the no is no. Again, that clarity and that conviction and ownership of this is what I'm called to do, and I am doing it no matter what. All of the challenges, all of the other stuff that can happen it doesn't matter, in a sense, that it is this that you are bringing forward. So thank you for sharing that. Our listeners, I hope that you heard that strength, that you were inspired, that you're finding pieces in that. Share to carry forward with you. And do you know what your why is? So I love how Moneeka was talking about values. Now we're looking at the why, and that needs to be big enough to override those challenges, because it's not dependent on others and circumstances. It's what you are taking responsibility and bringing forward. And with that, behind the scenes, Nella, when we were sharing about Moneeka's gift and we went to commercial break, Nella said, I want to give a gift too. Can I do that? So we said yes. So she's going to actually make a gift available. It's not up on the site yet, but we'll have it up there very soon. So make sure to check back. I'll give you the site again. But I appreciate your generosity, your willingness to lean in, and even on the spot say, I want to give this, and then we'll get it loaded up to the site where everyone can access it. Do you mind sharing what that amazing gift is?
Yes, I'd love to be able to share the triple best-selling book, The Unstoppable Woman of Purpose. And that is where Rebecca Hall-Gruyter was actually one of my unstoppable women of purpose, sharing her success secrets of what made her conquer life and business with confidence and certainty amongst 21 other women out there around the globe, from the UK, Australia, from Canada, and from the United States of America, women all joining forces, women that are unstoppable no matter what, that are there to share their insights, their successes, their story, and allow their voice to be heard, their vision to expand, and visibility to create that global impact.
I love it so. And you're making the whole book available, the complete book.
The entire book, yes, the entire book. And then, of course, they can then lean into it and come and see me on Amazon.com, reach out and be able to purchase the accompanying workbook that can help with their transition process.
Perfect. So thank you so much for making this powerful book. I'm honored to be a part of it. And as I've gotten to know the other unstoppable authors as well, I agree you will definitely be blessed, encouraged, and inspired leaning into this amazing gift. So again, to make sure to check back, we will have that up on the site as soon as we get all the links set up for that. But we will make that available. Just as a reminder, where you'll find her gift and Moneeka's, you go to Radio Gifts with an S, it's plural, radiogifts.net for a net full of multiple gifts. Put in your name and email address so we can stay in touch. And then you scroll down to today's date, July 11th. You'll find Moneeka's gift there now, and soon we will be adding Nella's as well. As we go into our next commercial break, so 2 minutes just for you listeners, I invite you to think about, are you being unstoppable? Are you remembering your why? So circumstances do not dictate what you decide to bring forward. You get to do that. You get to make choices in that and choose to move forward the things you're called to move forward, that you are equipped and empowered and made to do no matter what. Enjoy these next 2 minutes, and we'll look forward to talking to you momentarily.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
Tune in to the Just Jan TV show at justjantvshow.com. Visionary women's leader Jan Jorgensen is inspiring, practical, and visionary. Jan brings us everyday transformational emerging leaders, courageously changing the world by speaking and living their truth. Sit around the table with us for profound feminine wisdom, insights, and connection. Be sure to join us at justjantvshow.com. New episodes are every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time at justjantvshow.com.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
We're making it easier to listen to the Voice America Talk Radio Network wherever you go. In addition to listening live, you can check out information about your favorite talk show hosts, discover new talk show personalities, add shows to your list of favorites, and listen to all our show archives on demand. All from your iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android. Download it from the Apple App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market, and get ready to tune in. The Voice America mobile app, powered by Aircast.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those 2 minutes just for you. We are now in our final closing segment, and I love to have an opportunity to just kind of regroup with everything that's been shared and poured into you as we're talking about being unstoppable, choosing bliss, being resilient, and really choosing, making choices to shine, to move forward in the areas that matter most to us. Oh, take a moment and let's just breathe in everything that has been shared. And then behind the scenes, Moneeka had a quick reminder, or we didn't get a chance to share it, so we wanted to make sure we shared it, tip about values, because we're talking about the importance of starting with values. And we have this wonderful free gift that she shared. But on top of that, she wanted to let you know, if you are wanting to dig deeper into the values, her book, and can you share which book?
It's called Choose Bliss, The Power and Practice of Joy and Contentment.
Beautiful. So you can actually lean into that book to get additional support. So if you start to, you're really feeling that pull at your heart, we wanted you to know where you can go next to get some additional support in that. So beautiful. Thank you, Moneeka. Wonderful. So I always like to shift the energy a little bit, because we've been processing a little bit, we've been receiving a little bit, and I want us to celebrate and enjoy each other a little bit. So we're going to play a game briefly here. And listeners, you get to play along. So they don't know what the game is. They just know it's speed round, so it's going to be fast. And it's a game. Oh, what we're going to do is I'm going to say a word, and then I'll call on one of our guests to then share the first word that comes into her mind as we share that. And listeners, it'll be fun for you to see what word comes into your mind and where they're the same or not. So, are the rules clear?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, Nella, I'm going to start with you. When I say the word shoe.
Is you talking about me, Nella?
Yes. Yep, so
shoes,
Nella's
seed.
first. Seed? Okay, perfect. When I say influencer.
Allow you, voice, share your voice.
Okay, perfect. And what about unstoppable?
Unmovable, unbreakable, unapologetically unstoppable.
Okay, and red.
Red, R-E-A-D.
Uh-huh.
Resourceful.
Okay, perfect. And joy.
Joy, God.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you very much for playing, Nella. Now,
Thank
Moneeka.
you. Great to be a player.
Moneeka, you're up. Okay, when I say bliss.
True joy.
Oh, love that. Unstoppable.
Choices.
Okay. Shine.
Always.
I love that. Okay. Good. Shoes.
I love that one.
Shoes.
Sorry, what was the next one?
Shoes.
Stand tall.
Okay, nice. And bloom.
Bloom in the sunshine.
I love that. Lots of light in the answers. Beautiful. Thank you. Wonderful. So with that, as we connected a little bit, I'm curious to see, listeners, what came to your mind or heart. It's funny, with bloom, instead of sunshine, I was thinking of flowers and the garden that all of us get to be a part of, that by sharing our gifts and our talents, we become this beautiful, rich, diverse garden of flowers and light around the world. So it's funny how all of our minds work a little bit differently. And I asked, as we were closing the show, if each of my guests could share just about 30 seconds or less, a final thought, tip, something from their heart to yours as you go back out into the world that they wanted to share. So, Nella, what was laid on your heart?
Okay, well, I've got here to remember that winners never quit and quitters never win. For every woman, visionary woman, to remind herself why she's unstoppable, to have a moment to experience her feelings, even if it means that she takes a break from her dream for just a few hours, release her emotions, put it on paper, journal, spend quality time in her self-care on a daily basis. Pray, meditate, and journal so she can release her emotions and shift her perspective, which ultimately will ignite her passion once again for her purpose. Go out there, review your vision board, soak it all in, connect with your soul every day, and just never, ever give up. Keep pushing through no matter what.
Thank you, Nella. I appreciate you sharing. Wonderful.
Most welcome.
And Moneeka, could you share as well? We have just about 30 seconds.
Yes. So, listeners, remember, bliss is your birthright. So choose to claim your bliss every single day.
Beautiful. Let's breathe in this powerful advice and wisdom into every single cell in our body, that we are going to make these choices, that we will be unstoppable. We are going to choose bliss and shine on purpose and with purpose every single day of our life. And from my heart to yours, that wherever you go, whatever you do, may you always, always be willing to share the gift of who you are. Be willing to bloom where you are planted and shine. my heart and love to each and every one of you, and I will look forward to talking to you next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Women's Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.
Thanks again for listening to the preceding program, brought to you on the Voice America Women's Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericawomen.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the preceding program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
The Voice America Live Events channel is here now to showcase your corporate, individual, or organization's live event. Visit voiceamerica.com/live events to see all of our past live events and find out more. Whether it's a multi-day conference, special speaker, or single-day event, we've got everything to make your event a success. We can do a few hours or a few days. For more information about taking your event to the next level, call Jeff Spinard at 480-294-6417 or email info@voiceamerica.com. Again, that's Jeff Spinard at 480-294-6417 or send us an email to